your host for Raise It High Live. Today, we are discussing how to overcome communication roadblocks. So, I'll begin by talking about some simple ways that we may find ourselves experiencing communication roadblocks or some sort of miscommunication where, for some reason, we're not understanding each other or there is a lack of comprehension. There are a number of reasons why it can happen. So, first being a misunderstanding. You may communicate something with the best of intentions or in the very, very intentional use of words, but sometimes there is still a miscommunication and still a misunderstanding, right? Someone may notice or be misunderstanding of your intent, of the words that you chose, or of the actions or behaviors that you've taken in a particular situation. Another roadblock may look like being concerned or worried. Sometimes when we are concerned about how people are going to respond or if there's going to be conflict afterwards, we may find ourselves having another roadblock to communicating our needs, communicating our desires, or observations, whatever it may be that we need to communicate about. So how do we deal with this? We, number one, notice the triggers. Oh goodness. You have to notice the triggers in order to fully be able to respond to them. Remembering that the stress response system, which is triggered, right, is 9 times faster than a part of your brain where you're noticing these things and you're choosing the best behaviors. So it's going to take some practice for you to notice what triggered you, sometimes afterwards, right? Whenever you do it, rather in the moment or afterwards, comprehend whether or not it was words, the intent, the actions, the behaviors, the emotions that triggered you. What caused you to feel unsafe to a point where you felt like you needed to respond or there was a miscommunication barrier or miscommunication that occurred. So secondly, you're going to calm yourself, right? After you notice what's happening, you are at the freaking wheel of the driver's seat there, right? So you are able to then calm your body, calm your mind, remembering that this stress response system is inevitable regardless of how you identify, right? But what's important is that when we recognize ourselves, we can calm our bodies down and begin to create new highways in our brains whereby we are experiencing miscommunication and communication roadblocks in a way that is not traumatizing and in a way that does not contribute to a negative self-esteem. So be mindful of going out into nature or doing a hobby or even breathing. These are all 3 simple ways that you can begin to calm yourself, but essentially do something that you really enjoy. Be around people that you enjoy so that you can pull yourself into that ventral vagal nerve and begin to thrive and raise it high. And lastly, think about what is the underlying need. You want to address the underlying need in your communication. So ask yourself, what is missing for myself or for others? Sometimes the need was something that I needed to do, such as sticking up for myself, or sometimes the need is something that I need from someone else. So consider for yourself, what is this need? So you recognize that you're triggered, you recognize that you are experiencing some sort of miscommunication, and then you address that need so that you all can then move forward in that process of communication. So make sure you subscribe to our page, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Make sure you join me right here again next Thursday on Raise